Hello, I'm Dr. Deepthi Venkatesh, Consultant Reproductive Medicine at GarbhaGudi IVF Center. Today we shall be talking about the ERA test or the Endometrial Receptivity Array testing. So this test helps us determine when the endometrium is most receptive to get the embryo, and which will increase the chances of implantation of said embryo. So usually when we are preparing the endometrium in a frozen embryo transfer cycle with hormone replacement therapy, we start progesterone once the endometrium is more than 8 millimeters and the vascularity is zone 3 or more. And when we are transferring a day 3 embryo, we transfer it on the 4th day of initiating progesterone, and when we are transferring a day 5 embryo, we transfer it on 6th day of initiating progesterone. And this works for 85 to 90% of the people. But in some women, we see that despite placing very good embryos, the implantation is not happening, and this happens repeatedly. Or sometimes we get women who've had implantations, that is, they get a beta HCG positive and they end up in biochemical pregnancy losses. So in such women, is it the end of the road? Because we don't know what else to do next. The embryos are good, the lining is good, and the vascularity is good, but the implantation is not happening. For such women, this ERA testing is a boon. So what we do in this ERA testing is, we prepare the endometrium as we would prepare it for an embryo transfer, and instead of placing the embryos, we go ahead and take a biopsy of this embryo after 5 days of progesterone. That is, on the 6th day of progesterone, we go ahead and take an endometrial biopsy and we send it in a special medium to be tested, and we assess about 238 genes to see if the endometrium is receptive at that point. If the report comes back as receptive, that means that the time at which we were putting in the embryo was optimal. If it comes back as pre-receptive or post-receptive, then we alter the time of putting in the embryos accordingly, and this woman gets her personalized window of transfer. So when we put in good embryos with the ERA testing and personalized window of transfer, when we're transferring it at that particular time, the success of an implantation or the success of the successful outcome increases greatly, and the chances of implantation and continuation of the pregnancy increases. For more information about the ERA testing, and if you require it, kindly consult a fertility specialist and follow us for more such videos.